14th May 2026. RBI issues norms for adding quarterly profits to bank capital. RBI has simplified the process for banks to include their interim profits in Common Equity Tier 1 capital. This allows banks to improve their reported capital to risk weighted assets ratio throughout the year rather than waiting for annual audited results. Applicability of new norms. Entities covered: commercial banks, excluding RRBs and local area banks, small finance banks, and payment banks. Effective date: these rules come into force with immediate effect as of May 8, 2026. Legal authority issued under Section 35A of Banking Regulation Act 1949. Previous rule: banks could only include quarterly profits in if their NPA provisions in any quarter of the previous year did not deviate by more than 25% from the annual average. The RBI has officially removed this qualifying condition. Banks no longer need to meet the NPA deviation test to include quarterly profits. New requirements for inclusion. Banks can now include quarterly profits in CET 1 capital provided their financial statements undergo a full audit every quarter or their financial statements undergo a limited review by auditors every quarter. Any cumulative net loss for the period must be fully deducted from CET 1 capital. The calculation formula: the amount of profit that can be included is no longer that the total net profit. It is calculated using a specific formula to account for future dividend payouts. Eligible profit up to quarter of the current financial year equals to net profit up to quarter of the current financial year minus bracket into 0.25 into average dividend payout ratio recorded during the last 3 financial years into the quarter number. Reading the news again. RBI has simplified the process for banks to include their interim profits in Common Equity Tier 1 capital. This allows banks to improve their reported capital to risk-weighted assets ratio throughout the year rather than waiting for annual audited results. Entities covered: commercial banks, small finance banks, and payment banks. Effective date: these rules come into force with immediate effect as of May 8, 2026. Legal authority issued under Section 35A of the Banking Regulation Act 1949. Previous rule: banks could only include quarterly profits if their NPA provisions in any quarter of the previous year did not deviate by more than 25% from the annual average. The change is that the RBI has officially removed this qualifying condition. Banks no longer need to meet the NPA deviation test to include quarterly profits. Next news. The Delhi Metro Rail Corporation has teamed up with Airtel Payment Bank to launch co-branded credit card, co-branded RuPay on the go national common mobility cards. These cards act as an open loop payment system, meaning one card can be used for metros, buses, and other transit networks across different cities in India. Digital integration: users can recharge the cards digitally via the DMRC app or the Airtel mobile app. Airtel Payment Bank, established in 2017, MD and CEO Anubrata Biswas, headquarter New Delhi. DMRC, Delhi Metro Rail Corporation, established in 1995. Uh, Managing Director Dr. Vikas Kumar, headquarter New Delhi. DMRC Delhi Metro Rail Corporation has teamed up with Airtel Payments Bank to launch co-branded RuPay on-the-go national common mobility cards. These cards act as an open-loop payment system, meaning one card can be used for metros, buses, and other transit networks across different cities in India. Next news. SBI Research Report, India's GDP growth projection for financial year 2027. The SBI Research Report, May 2026, projects India's economy to grow at 6.6% in financial year 2026-27. Economic growth projection, financial year 2026-27 projection is 6.6% GDP growth. Financial year 2025-26 projection 7.5% GDP growth. Key drivers: strong domestic consumption and robust credit growth, expected to remain a high in the first half of 2026-27. Established SBI established in 1st July 1955. Chairman Challa Srinivasulu Shetty. Next news. Cabinet approves a new fair and remunerative price for sugarcane 2026-27 season. The Cabinet Committee of the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs has officially set the fair and remunerative price for sugarcane at 365 rupees per quintal for the upcoming 2026-27 sugar season. New FRP rates and calculations. Effective date: sugar season 2026-27 starting from 1st October 2026. Approved FRP 365 rupees per quintal. Base recovery rate 10.25%. Incentive for high recovery, a premium of 3.56 quintal for every 0.1% increase in sugar recovery above 10.25%. Deduction for low recovery, a reduction of 3.56 rupees per quintal for every 0.1% decrease in recovery. Minimum protection, no deduction will be made for meals with recovery below 9.5%. Farmers in these cases will receive a guaranteed minimum price of 338.3 rupees per quintal. Cost of production and growth. Actual production cost, actual production cost actual production cost is equals to actual payout costs plus imputed value of family labor, that is 182 rupees per quintal. Profit margin, the new FRP 365 rupees is 100.5% higher than the production cost. Year on year increase, the 2026-27 FRP is 2.81% higher than the rate for the 2025-26 season. Effective date, the new prices apply for the season starting October 1 2026. The Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs has officially set the fair and remunerative price for sugarcane at 365 rupees per quintal for the upcoming um, 2026-27 sugarcane season. Effective date is October 1, 2026. Approved FRP is 365 rupees per quintal. Base recovery date 10.25%. Uh, Incentive for high recovery, a premium of 3.56 rupees per quintal for every 0.1% increase in sugar recovery above 10.25%. Deduction for low recovery, a reduction of 3.56 rupees per quintal for every 0.1% decrease in recovery. Minimum protection. No deduction will be made for mills with recovery below 9.5%. Farmers in these cases will receive a guaranteed minimum price of 338.3 rupees per quintal. Next news. The Indian Council of Medical Research participated in the National Vigyan Tech program to celebrate National Technology Day 2026. During the event, ICMR showcased its scientific achievements and officially transferred three major medical technologies to private industry partners to promote indigenous manufacturing. Organizers coordinated by the Office of the Principal Scientific Advisor and the Department of Biotechnology. Participants 14 scientific ministries and departments. The three key technology transfers. The following three technologies were transferred to industry partners under the Medical Innovations Patent Mitra initiative. Prostate cancer screening tool technology, cost effective PSP94 ELISA to guide biopsy decisions for patients with PSA levels less than 20 ng per ml. Developers Dr. Dhanasri Jagtap, Dr. Smita Mahale, and Dr. Bhakti Pathak. Institute ICMR National Institute for Research in Women's Health. Industry partner ChrisGen Labs Private Limited. Blood disorder diagnostic developer is Dr. Rucha Patil. Industry partner Merrill Life Sciences. Triple virus detection kit. Developer is Dr. Alagarasu K. Institute is ICMR National Institute of Virology. Industry partner Vanguard Life Sciences. The ICMR participated in the National Vigyan Tech program to celebrate National Technology Day 2026. During the event, ICMR showcased its scientific achievements and officially transferred three major medical technologies to private industry partners to promote indigenous manufacturing. Organizers coordinated by the Office of the Principal Scientific Advisor and the Department of Biotechnology. Participants 14 scientific ministries and departments. Supreme Court proposal for permanent women only vice president in SCBA. The Supreme Court has proposed creating a permanent reserved post for a woman vice president within the Supreme Court Bar Association. This change is intended to take effect from the 2027-28 election cycle to ensure consistent female leadership in the legal body. 2026-27 election arrangements. The court restored an earlier arrangement for the 2026-27 elections. The post of secretary is reserved for women for this cycle. Reservation includes two posts in the Senior Executive Committee and three posts in the Executive Committee for Women. Reason for change: several women lawyers objected to earlier orders, arguing that the secretary's post holds more functional significance than the vice president's post. The Supreme Court Bar Association. It is the recognized body of advocates who practice specifically before the Supreme Court of India. Structure: the association is led by elected office bearers including president, vice president, secretary, executive committee members. Election process: the Supreme Court Bar Association conducts annual elections based on its internal rules and resolutions to choose these leaders. Supreme Court of India, established on January 26, 1950, under the Constitution of India. Highest office: the Chief Justice of India holds the highest judicial office in the Supreme Court. Nature of reservation: this proposal concerns an internal elected post within a professional association, not a statutory constitutional office. Next news: operationalization of four new labor codes and official rules. The Union government has officially fully operationalized the four new labor codes through over 30 gazette notifications. These codes replace 29 old labor laws to modernize regulations surrounding wages, social security, and industrial relations. Nodal Ministry: Ministry of Labor and Employment. Implementation timeline and framework. Final implementation fully operationalized through Gazette notifications on May 8 and 9, 2026. Effective date: while initial enforcement began on November 21, 2025, the final amended rules were published in May 2026. Nodal Ministry: Ministry of Labor and Employment. Structure is 29 older central laws merged into four new categories. The first one is Code on Wages 2019. Primary focus is standardizing minimum wages and ensuring timely payment. Laws subsumed: Minimum Wages Act, Payments of Wages Act, Payment of Bonus Act, and Equal Remuneration Act. The 50% wage rule: basic pay must be at least for 50% of the total CTC. If allowances exceed 50%, the excess is treated as wages for PF and gratuity calculations. Calculation hierarchy: hourly rate, daily wage divided by 8. daily rate set as the base. Monthly rate daily wage into 26. Floor wage. The central government will fix a national floor wage based on living standards and after consulting the Central Advisory Board. Next labor code is Industrial Relations Code 2020. Primary focus balancing worker rights with the ease of doing business. Laws subsumed are Trade Unions Act 1926, Industrial Employment Standing Orders Act 1946, and Industrial Disputes Act 1947. Negotiating union, a single registered trade union with at least 30% membership is recognized as the sole negotiator. Fixed term employment, now legalized across all sectors. Reskilling fund, established specifically for workers who have been retrenched or laid off. Next code is Code on Social Security 2020. Primary focus extending benefits to all workers, specifically gig and platform workers. Laws subsumed are EPF Act 1952, ESI Act 1948, Maternity Benefit Act 1961, Gratuity Act 1972, and five others. Gratuity update. Fixed term workers are now eligible for gratuity after 1 year of service. Previously it was 5 years. Gig workers. Legal recognition and dedicated welfare fund established for the first time. Universal registry. All workers to be registered via a universal account number. Next code is Occupational Safety, Health and Working Conditions Code 2020. Primary focus safe working environments for diverse worker categories. Laws subsumed Factories Acts, Mines Act, Contract Labor Act, and 10 others. Working hours capped at 8 hours daily and 48 hours weekly. Health checkups. Free annual health checkups for workers aged 40 and above. Women's rights allowed to work in all jobs, including night shifts, provided there is a consent and safety measure. Important employment provisions. Settlement timeline. In cases of resignation or dismissal, full and final wages must be paid within 2 working days. Appointment letters. Mandatory issuance of appointment letters to all workers to promote formalization. Interstate migrants entitled to a journey allowance once every 12 months for travel to their home state. Wage slips mandatory for employers to provide wage slips in either physical or electronic format. Next news. The All India Football Federation and the Odisha government have extended their partnership for 5 more years to develop youth football in India. The aim is to establish the All India Football Federation FIFA Talent Academy in Bhubaneswar to collaborate with FIFA under the leadership of Arsene Wenger FIFA Chief of Global Football Development. AI, All India Football Federation leads the technical and operational side of player development. All India Football Federation, established in 1937, President Kalyan Chaubey, headquarter Dwarka, New Delhi. Next news. Reports and indices. The Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation has released the employment data for the fourth quarter, that is January to March 2026 of the last fiscal year. While urban unemployment showed a slight improvement, um, rural unemployment saw a marginal increase. Overall, labor force participation also dipped slightly. Unemployment rate trends. Urban areas decreased to 6.6% from 6.7% in the previous quarter. Rural areas increased to 4.3% from 4.0% in the previous quarter. Target group. Data refers to persons who aged 15 and above. Labor force participation rate is the percentage of the population that is either working or seeking work. Overall, labor force participation rate is estimated at 55.5%, down from 55.8% in the previous quarter. Rural LFPR stood at 58.2%, down from 58.4% in the October-December 2025 period. Urban LFPR dipped to 50.2% in the January-March quarter. Female LFPR remained stable at 34.7%. Sectoral distribution and workforce pattern. The data highlights where people are finding work. Rural workforce primarily engaged in the primary sector, that is agriculture and allied activities. Urban workforce concentrated in the tertiary sector, that is services. Rural status. Regular wage or salaried employees in the rural areas rose to 15.5% from 14.8%. Survey statistics. Total sample size 5,61,822 individuals surveyed across India. Rural participation 3,20,387 persons. Urban participation 2,41,435 persons. Next news. Saudi Arabia joins India-led International Big Cat Alliance as 26th member. Saudi Arabia has formally joined the International Big Cat Alliance, an initiative launched by India to protect 7 major big cat species. New member, Saudi Arabia, the 26th member. Current strength 26 signatories countries and 5 observer nations. Observer nations are Kazakhstan, Namibia, Thailand, Ecuador, and Vietnam. The 7 big cats under the International Big Cat Alliance are tiger, lion, leopard, snow leopard, cheetah, jaguar, puma. International Big Cat Alliance launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It was launched on April 9, 2023 in Mysuru, Karnataka. 50 years of Project Tiger. On the date of 50 years of Project Tiger. Headquarters New Delhi, India. Legal status treaty-based intergovernmental organization. As of January 23, 2025. First IBCA Summit 2026. is date is June 1 and 2, 2026. Venue New Delhi. Next news. Dr. A.K. Panda, that is Dr. Ashok Kumar Panda, has officially taken over the chairman and managing director of the Steel Authority of India Limited. Dr. A.K. Panda succeeds Amarendu Prakash, who previously held the position of CMD. Previous roles: he served as director of SAIL and held additional charge as director for approximately um, previous roles. He served as director of finance of SAIL and held additional charge as director of commercial for approximately 9 months. Next news. Dr. Harbans Chawla, a renowned legal expert, has been appointed as the chairman of the BISEC Chamber of Commerce and Industry. He is a distinguished legal professional and the managing partner of K.R. Chawla and Company, that is a leading Indian law firm. His previous role was he served as the chairman of the BRICS Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Global mandate. His new role um, at BRICS involves a broader international outlook, moving beyond the BRICS nations to engage with a wider set of countries and global economic markets. About BRICS CCI. BRICS Chamber of Commerce and Industry. It is an organization recognized by Niti Aayog. It serves as a platform for businesses and stakeholders to drive economic cooperation and sustainable growth beyond traditional economic blocks. BRICS CCI is established in 2012. Parent organization is DICS CCI. Chairman Dr. Harbans Chawla. Next news. Argentine chess prodigy Faustino Oro has made history by becoming the second youngest grandmaster in the world. Faustino Oro reached the grandmaster title at the age of 12 years, 6 months and 26 days. He is widely known as the Messi of chess. He achieved this feat at the Sardinia World Chess Festival 2026 in Italy by securing his final Grandmaster norm. He stands only behind Abhimanyu Misra, who holds the world record set in 2021 at 12 years, 4 months, and 25 days. The Grandmaster title is the highest rank as a chess player can achieve, awarded by International Chess Federation. Elite Club GM Sundar age 13. Only 7 players in history have managed to become Grandmasters before the age of 13. They are Abhimanyu Mishra, Faustino Oro, Sergei Karjakin, D. Gukesh, Yagiz Khan, Erdogmus, Javukhir, Sindarov, R. Pragnananda. Next news. The Indian women's recurve team, led by veteran Deepika Kumari, defeated host nation China in a thrilling final to win the gold medal at the Archery World Cup Stage 2 in Shanghai. Gold medal winners. Recurve women's team: Deepika Kumari, Ankita Bhakat, and Kumkum Anil Mohat. This is the first World Cup gold for women's recurve team since Guatemala City in 2021. Deepika Kumari led the team without a full-time national coach. Uh, she now holds the she now holds 7 World Cup team gold medals since 2010. Sahil Jadhav won a bronze medal in the men's individual compound section on May 9th, 2026. Total medal count for India 2 medals, 1 gold, 1 bronze. Next news. Ah, not needed.